In today's Health Watch, we're discussing Dr. Anthony Fauci's infection with West Nile virus. He's now recovering at home after being hospitalized for nearly a week. CBS News chief medical correspondent Dr. Jon LaPook spoke with Dr. Fauci over the weekend. John, good morning. And I have to tell you, this came as a surprise. How's he doing?
Well, fortunately, he's home recovering. I spoke to him 2 days ago. He said that about 2 weeks before that, he had just started not to feel very well, mostly fatigue, and then the fatigue really increased. He developed shaking chills like he said he's never had before in his life, fever, and he was hospitalized for about a week. It took a few days for them to figure out what was going on, what was the infection, and finally they did a blood test, and it revealed that he had West Nile virus, of all things. And I said, how'd you get it? He said he probably got bit by a mosquito in his own backyard. But fortunately, he's on the mend, and he said he was home since about like 5 days ago he got home.
So contracted by mosquitoes like a number of other diseases, but what are the symptoms so we know? Because there are a lot of viruses out there right now, a lot of bugs. What are the specific symptoms of West Nile?
Yeah, well, yes, as you said, you get it from mosquito. The mosquito, by the way, gets infected by biting an infected bird, and then bites a human being. You get a flu-like illness, so nausea, aches and pains, nausea, vomiting, fever, chills, and occasionally you can have a rash. In about 1 in 150 people who get infected get a more serious form that involves the central nervous system. You can get inflammation of the brain and the membrane that lines the spinal cord, and that's a much more serious situation there.
So who's at highest risk, and what can folks do to protect themselves?
Yeah, well, mostly, it's people who are elderly, people who are immunocompromised. It's a mosquito-borne illness, so you try to avoid mosquitoes. Dawn and dusk is when they tend to bite. They can bite all day long, though. Wear clothing that covers your skin. You can have insect repellent, and then get rid of standing water, because in the standing water, that's where the mosquitoes can multiply and breed. So basic steps for trying to avoid mosquito bites. So you can get mosquito bites anytime.